what happened. Froze. I don't know what just happened, Fink. I thought I had it all together. Whoa, it's just me and you.
Hello.
City Pigeons, episode 84, ladies and gentlemen. It's me and the Finkster. Who would have thought?
Welcome
Not me.
to the
Look at
Finky
us.
Rendell Show.
Look at us. Who would have thought? Not me. Fink, by the way, you look like, you look like a detective. Are you surveilling anyone right now? What are we doing here? What's this look?
My contact's been bothering me, so my eyes kind of red. So
Okay.
I just went to I didn't want rumors starting that I had pink eye and people were farting on my pillow and stuff.
Whoa, farting on the pillow.
That's how you get pink eye.
Is that how? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is that really the case? No, I mean I have back in the day, but I guess I missed
that's where I learned that from.
Oh, okay.
But
all right.
Then if it gets out that who else would be farting on my pillow? You know, I feel like that'd be bad for someone's career if they were the pillow farter.
Brother, I'm not even gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole. All right. Well, here we are, post Memorial Day, and I'm feeling the summer vibes. I know you're a big warm weather guy.
And it's been warm. The sun has been out.
Yeah.
This is the happiest I've been in years.
It's the happiest you've been in years. Past couple days especially.
Yeah.
Just been beautiful. And I did break, for many years, Memorial Day weekend was the time when I just had to be down the shore. That was the first.
Do you still go down?
I do, but travel baseball has basically ruined my summer social scene. And so I spent the weekend at Schwenksville, Pennsylvania.
That's way better than the shore.
At a tournament. Yeah,
sounds way better.
Cool.
I don't do the shore for those major holidays.
No.
It's just, I don't like crowds.
Well, I mean, this weekend specifically, there was a lot of issues.
Yeah, they shut down the boardwalks.
People getting stabbed in Ocean City.
Teenagers were being teenagers, so they had to shut down the boardwalk.
My wife was hitting me up. This is ridiculous. We can't. It's a one place. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. See a big group of kids, you just move away. Where
do you guys usually get in at the shore? If you get that out.
That information,
yeah,
it's not confidential.
I know. You can never be too careful these days.
I'm constantly back and forth. I've had a shore house since I was very young, very fortunate, and have a great crew down there.
That's an OC, right?
Yeah, OC. The block we live on, it's a great crew. So I try to get down there as much as I possibly can, but I got to work up here, and I'm back and forth the whole time. The summer's just nuts, back and forth. But my wife and kids are down there. Kids are little beach rats. Little Dino's a radical surf
the whole summer.
Yeah, he's just surfing his butt off,
Love that for him. That's a good life to live.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, the camps, man. The camps are expensive, right? And so just go to the beach. The beach is your camp, That's the way I look at it.
Way cheaper.
Anyway, so it's the Finkster and I kicking this thing off. Fink, I screwed up the Instagram. I clicked on it and I went to put it on and it didn't work. Can you maybe work on that while I get this thing rocking and rolling? You think you can handle that for me?
Excuse me, I'll try my best.
All right. Yeah, I totally blew that. Yeah, so the crew, this is a busy group of people. And I guess, again, when you have 6 people, it's great because if, 4 of them are tied up doing things.
I don't want to throw no one under the bus, but when I was growing up, the one thing my dad taught me was if you sign up for something, you should be there. Right. So no matter what, when I did sports, didn't want to be there, I showed up. So, I mean, maybe some people didn't learn that way when they were younger, but that's one thing I'm grateful for. My dad, it did for me. Even though I'm late for everything else, but I still show up to things that I sign up for.
You do show up, whether it's the tailgate, whether it's this.
I'll show up in a hot tub in Florida. I'm just always, I'm there. And I signed up for this.
That's the pivotal question. And I must say, I, in large part, dictate a lot of the scheduling here because I have to pull a lot of this stuff together. So it's kind of unfair. Meech, this will be his 3rd absence. It is an excused absence. He is in Disney with his, I don't know if do you know if he has all the boys? All 5?
No, not all 5. I don't
Can you imagine people? I just want you to imagine having,
Instagram
do
live.
it.
I don't want people thinking I'm rude.
Let me just solo on this. Imagine having 5 kids and trying to go to Disney World. I mean, the horror, just the expense alone, but then the logistics, think about that. If you're standing in line for certain rides, you got to break up. You can't all be together. Maybe a kid gets lost. I mean, it sounds like a nightmare. So we're very hopeful that Meech is going to check in with us from his Disney family vacation. No promises, but we know that will be the highlight of the show.
I hope he checks in from the teacups.
You you did.
I want him to be on the teacups.
How many times have you been to Disney World?
Twice.
Once
as a young lad, and I went with my mom for a work convention before. I was 21.
Like a hoagie convention?
No, her work. She's a nurse.
She
saves lives.
Yeah, you just make hoagies. Equally
different dynamic.
Equally important.
Yeah, it's everything's important.
Topic here. Okay. Yeah, Trevor's right. He says Disney World or navigating any aspect of life. And Trevor can relate. He's got a child. Anyone who has a child can just imagine having 5 of them. Not easy to do. And how does Meech still have a podcast and is a funny guy on Twitter? Just a great guy.
God bless him.
He's amazing. He's amazing. Yeah, that's what I said, Trev. It was not a hoagie convention. Although, Fink, do you know of any hoagie conventions?
I don't, but I'm down. If maybe we should.
Yo.
All right. If anyone steals this, I swear to God, we are starting the 2025 first annual hoagie convention.
No Wawa
at the PA Convention Center.
That's right. No Wawa, baby.
No Wawa.
Listen, if we're gonna do this right, we can't go straight to the convention center. How are we gonna fill that room?
You gotta go bigger.
Think about it. It's like when Wing Bowl first started. You know what I mean? That wasn't at the Wells Fargo Center.
Are we doing the wing?
We're not doing
Hoagie Bowl?
Hoagie Bowl. Hoagie something. We'll come up with a catchy name. That's what we do.
I cannot get this live to work, by the way.
You can't get it to
I
work?
am trying. I'm like the producer here, guys. And you know, if you have me producing, how bad that is. But
yeah.
I'm trying my best.
It's not ideal. Well, see what you can do. I botched it. I fat fingered it on the crossover.
Thank you, Rock.
Yeah. Rock in the chat on his way here. You got to really appreciate his dedication. So when all the guys show up, I guess that'll add, although I feel like we're doing pretty good. Like
I like it without them guys.
Yeah, I don't know that we need them. It's very easy to manage a one-on-one conversation.
And I'm just sitting here playing with the live and I don't even know
when there's 4 or 5 of them, you know, I can't even.
Too many people talking, don't know what's going on.
It's lame.
I tune out.
So Fink, did you happen to see we had the rare 3:45 Phillies game today? So that was a little unusual. That's pretty good because you can really start, you know, mailing in at work right around that time and watch it on your phone or computer, no problem. I didn't do that. I only caught parts of it, obviously. But as I came in here, got to see Turnbull finish it off. And, you know, great to see them finally get a win in San Francisco. And, you know, maybe that lessens some of the fears about this little skid we had. Very interested to hear Rocky on baseball today to see what Rock thinks about, you know, whether it's time to hit the panic button at all. But
are you nervous?
You know, I'm not. I will say, I don't know if this is just, you know, I think some teams are more guilty of this than others, are more susceptible to this than others. But, you know, that cold hitting streak, you know, when you see an amazing game by Wheeler, team, you know, can't seem to score any runs. You know, you see those things happening and it scares me because last year's a perfect example where a team was obviously good enough to win the World Series and they just hit that cold streak at the absolute worst time. And I don't know if that's just baseball, you know, but I guess
just baseball. Baby.
Yeah, but the really good teams, you know,
like
if you
us?
Well, like us, but you know, last year a really good team in us had that happen to us, and that's the question. Really, is are we better this year? Are we better in our construction such that we shouldn't be worried about that? And that was the one thing I wanted to ask you, and hopefully when these guys show up, you know, do we know? Like today's a good example. These guys pull together, stop the bleeding, but do we know this team well enough and know who they are, what they've been through, how they tend to rise to the occasion, such that we feel 100% confident that this year they will continue, you know, they won't fall off this pace, that they won't, that they'll keep their the pedal to the metal, if you will, and ride this through the playoffs? Or should we have any concern that they can go, you know, that they won't be able to do that?
Again, it's going to be odd because I'm going to be optimistic about this. And I think that losing like they did last year really set a fire under their asses. And I think that kind of pissed them boys off. Rob Thompson has commented about it multiple times. And I just I don't think they're going to allow themselves to go down a road like that again. I think this team just has that fire in them that they want to win. They had the clubhouse chemistry. I'm not like worried. I think that we can add some pieces. Maybe you can mess around with some things. Bullpen arms never hurt.
You know what's interesting?
Maybe we stop sending out Taiwan Walker, you know, like little things you can do.
That's going to be a situation that's going to be real interesting. I mean, as of right now, they seem to have a situation where you can barely choose a person to move off the roster. When you think about it, even if you go back last year, Pache, Sosa, like somebody's not hitting, you know, even Rojas is hitting enough that it's hard to move him. It just seems like we have all this depth. And as much as you think maybe you can get somebody to help the team, like who are you going to put down, which is just a great thing. You know, I think maybe this year the depth is better than it was last year. And maybe that's going to be the big difference when you head towards the end of season.
But don't you watching this team so far feel like it's a little different than last year?
I mean, you have to say that obviously because they've just dominated. They had such a long streak of not losing series.
Their one goal from the years past was they were saying how they need to get off to a hot start. They need to, and they backed it up.
Yeah,
they said what they needed to do. They did it. Listen, they say what they. Excuse me.
You're right. It happens to the best of us. You're like Joe the camera over there. Can I tell you a funny story? I don't know if Deb told you this, but funny story, anecdote regarding the morning show.
No,
I can't tell you that.
I mean,
I didn't tell you that.
No,
she didn't tell you that.
Yeah, no one told me anything.
Right,
no one tells me anything.
So we ended up having our games on Monday moved up because of the storms, right? So they scheduled an 8 o'clock baseball game, 8 o'clock in the morning, right? So that means you're like up and out by 6 something, got to get there at 7.
Oh, for the tournament?
Yeah, for the tournament.
Okay.
So happens, Dev is on the morning show on Monday, right? So I'm listening. It's just funny when you happen to be up that early.
She did tell me this.
So she told you that, right? Okay. So
Nancy.
I thought it was so funny because no. There's a woman that calls WIP, Linda. Linda from Mayfair.
I said Nancy.
Linda from Mayfair. Who?
Oh, from Mayfair.
I think she's from Mayfair.
Yeah, I hate Mayfair.
She goes, "Hi, how are you, sweeties? Oh, it's so good to hear your voice, Mr. Ellis." Right? And I'm like, all right, respect to Linda. You know, she's been doing it forever. She's been calling it. No disrespect to Linda, but Linda promptly goes. She says something like, "And Devin, it's so great to hear your little voice, but don't hold this against me, Rob. I always thought the morning show should be Rhea's. Rhea should be doing the morning show." So I text Dev immediately and I'm like,
Linda.
Is Linda serious with this? She's going to call up and say she's happy to hear your little voice and then pivot and say, Rhea should have the morning show.
Linda, who do you think you are?
So I had a funny text exchange with Dev at 6:30 in the morning.
I was
Monday. Good for you.
Oh,
no one should be up at that time on
I had to work Monday, but
yeah. So the characters are streaming in. Two of the guys that are going to join the Fine program
Donuts
were busy
in the building.
In adult sporting events, because they're big. They can't give it up. They still got it out there on the hardwood. I respect them. I'm too busy, messing around with dumb stuff to be able to do that.
Fresh off his swim meet. He swam in the 4-100. What's up, Rocky?
He just finished his laps at the lap pool. Okay, well, feel free, gentlemen, to just take
whenever you guys want to join the show or anything,
get some water. Get your head right. Because Fink and I are on a
I'm
tear
having a ball up here.
We are on.
You guys don't even want to come up. You guys can just go home if you want. I'm just kidding.
We have nearly 200 people watching right now, and I feel like the ratings and the results are off the chart for this, Fink. Don't you think so? Feedback is great. Feedback is
we have room in the middle here.
Come on in.
Right in the middle, buddy?
Yeah, see, I love that. Move right in. I got to operate everything. Let's see if this is even on.
When is Gatorade going to?
Oh, not on. That keeps turning off, which is no good. I got to turn on Rocky's camera. Rock, do you know how to turn on that camera?
I can try.
He's got no idea. Nah, let's not do that. All right, Tom. Rock, go back. Right. If you're intending to touch any equipment, I would like you to go back. Thank you very much.
Sit on my lap, dude.
Thank you very much. Okay, Tom, can you give us? This is what we're going to do since you just joined in. I just would like a minute or two synopsis of how the game went. Most importantly, I want to understand how the chemistry, assuming you played with Rock, I want to know how you guys played together and how that worked for the team. I'm going to go fix the camera.
Unfortunately for us, Rocky and I didn't get to play too much together because I think the outcome would have been a little less severe had we had the opportunity. Absolutely. You know what happened, Jesse? We got worked by the Russian again from the Ballers Ball Invitational.
I don't know if people remember the Russian, but he was the MVP of the Ballers Ball Invitational, right?
He wound up failing the steroid test afterwards, so we kind of
he's still on that sauce.
Yeah, because I'm gonna hurt him. Ooh. I'm gonna hurt him next time I see him. Next time I play with him, I'm just hurting him.
Tom, I heard Tom out there barking. He's like, because people out there, when you got a league game and you got actual referees, people start barking for calls. You know what I mean? And certain people in that league
pulling the Luka.
Oh,
yeah, they bark
all
for calls.
The place.
The Russian may or may not be one of those guys. He's usually a little bit more low.
Oh, he was, and I told him early
tonight.
Quit begging.
Tonight, he was begging for a couple calls.
Quit
Tom,
begging for
Tom
calls,
got right
man.
at him. But we got blown out. Man,
and then I swiped them, and they called a foul because they're not used to seeing people play defense like that down there.
Yeah, that was tight defense.
That's what I told the ref. I said, listen, I understand you're not used to this, but that's how it is.
Yeah, basically we didn't have the ammo. They had a guy on their team that guy's probably about 6'6", 6'7". about 275.
It was a
I
struggle.
would've yacked on him.
And we couldn't stop him. And the Russian had a nice
Jesse,
game.
we could have used you, buddy.
I don't know about that. Jesse would not have helped in that scenario.
Are you saying Jesse can't ball?
I'm not saying Jesse can't ball, but
Because I'll say it. No, I'm kidding.
he wouldn't have done much to help tonight. Let's just put it like that. You know what I mean? So we struggled a little bit tonight.
I'll tell you what, though, it was good to be out at the Kaiserman JCC.
Yeah, we got to bring back the ball.
Shout out Duff.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Duff ran the JCC.
Yeah, I saw you had the
all
old
my Jewish
school.
friends are always salty. Like, wait. Why do I have to go through Henny and Duff to get into the JC?
I'm assuming Duffy's not Jewish either.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. But I saw you had the old school jersey on. You had like the throwback JCC
That
league
was
jersey. That
correct.
was like an original.
Circa 05, 6, 7, 8. You know what happened? I'm sure you're all thrilled to hear about this, but this is what happens when you start playing basketball. The league got canceled because they were gambling and the refs were involved.
Wait,
What?
they
And there
were
was a
gambling?
brawl. This was when we were down there back in like 07, 8, like early mid 2000s.
They were gambling on the
On
games.
the games. Yeah. It
You
was
hear
a
that,
whole-
Mom? I don't have a problem. Them guys betting on the.
So wait a
rec
minute.
games,
Hold
dude.
on. Let me understand this.
Yeah,
There was guys
a big
gambling on
rumble.
an adult
Correct.
rec league games.
Correct.
So you had guys probably like throwing the games.
I would 100% throw a game.
It was,
That sounds absolutely ridiculous.
so
For the right
it
price.
ended in a brawl and they canceled the league.
Wow.
So then they had to cancel it for a few years, and that's what happens when they let the Gentiles run it. We ran it into the ground for them.
Got it.
So they don't let that happen anymore.
Got it. Well,
The guy asked me my last name today when I walked in. He's like, "What are you here for?" And I was like, "Basketball, man." Damn, man.
so the Gentiles still run the league. You know, Big Mike,
Big Mike.
Big Country.
Oh,
Yeah, he runs the league. He runs it he runs it pretty tight.
Listen,
too, so.
we-
Is that the guy you were talking all that shit on last week? No.
Yeah.
4-on-4 though is
4-4 is tough. It's a tough
a little
run.
weird. Yeah.
I felt bad. I looked over to the side. I
You're
see
doing
Tom
great,
standing over
sweetie.
there, and
You
I'm
got
like,
it, Jess.
I'm over there like, Tom, get in the
That's
game,
telling us-
man. Like,
I guess that means we're going to tighten
If
up
we had
this,
any,
screen a little bit.
if we had any chance, see, I would have gone over there and got that thing to work right away.
While we're on basketball, and Jesse, I'm assuming you guys haven't touched this at all yet, but can we just talk about what the ultimate flex is going to be when Bronny gets picked in the first round for no other reason?
You mean when we draft him 16 and LeBron comes?
I would draft him number 1.
So,
Who wouldn't?
I mean,
listen. I'm in.
there's got to be like, I mean,
LeBron
so who
has
got the first
5
pick? Atlanta's got the first pick, right?
Yeah.
There's got to be a chance that the team who drafts him can win the championship. Otherwise, it's kind of like wasting the pick, right? So, like,
Right.
Doesn't LeBron come into your team automatically do that for you?
it depends on the team that's already there. Like Atlanta, no.
LeBron and Trey Young is
Yeah, that's not going to win you a championship.
Trey Young, you got
Now-
Clint Capella down there.
Yeah, you got
Now you're getting crazy.
DeJounte Murray. It's not enough to win a championship. But LeBron comes and plays with Embiid, Maxey, and whatever other, maybe Oubre. You know who I like to grab up, by the way, is I saw my man Gordon Hayward's not happy wherever he's at. So grab him up.
City.
And then you get LeBron in there. And I think that's a possibility. They say it's like it probably won't happen for the Sixers, but that's his. If he wants to win another championship, make an impact, go out like the legend he should be. This is the only place he should come, honestly. Like, where else is he going to go?
I'm going to say something along the line of what the Sixers should do, just while we're on this subject. People need to get over the Jimmy Butler thing.
Yeah, I don't want
It's
him.
the worst move for the Sixers
I don't want
to
him.
do. It's
Are
not
you talking
a
about
good
now?
option.
People
No,
like
yeah,
currently trying
they
to.
want to trade for Jimmy Butler.
They
You're
don't understand
trading
basketball.
all your
Don't listen to
picks
those
and
people.
everything for Jimmy Butler, giving him 2
He's
more years,
done.
paying him for
He's
49
cooked.
years
He's
old.
cooked
He's washed.
Listen, if it comes down to it, I'll take it.
No.
but
for like the veteran minimum.
no, you can't go down that route.
He's cooked.
But I mean, like, if you have Paul George, everyone's shitting on Paul George. All you're doing is paying him money. It costs nothing but money. It's not your money.
Yeah.
Paul George is still good. He averages 25, 5, and 5 still.
Problem with Paul George is always hurt. Just
He
like
played-
Jimmy
he
Butler.
Played, he played more games than Embiid and Maxey last year.
Did he?
He played 72 games this past season.
Oh, I didn't. I was
Yeah.
not aware. I was not aware of that. I was not aware of that.
Right into that one.
I did my
But-
research.
No, I agree with you. I would agree. So if anybody doesn't know what Fink's talking about, there was reports that the Sixers are ready to give Jimmy Butler a max 4-year contract if he can somehow wiggle his way out. of Miami.
Where did that report come from?
The big Woj.
Yeah, it was.
So who's leaking that? to manipulate.
Who the hell knows?
That's not coming from the Sixers. That's coming from somebody trying to get.
Coming from somebody.
I think the comment said that Sixers were monitoring the situation.
But whatever. Bottom line is, you don't want. How old Jimmy Butler's got to be 33 at this point? 30.
If he traded here and you gave him the 2 years max extension that he wants, I think he would be here till he's 39.
Yeah, you don't want. I mean, like
he can't move.
He can't.
Have you watched him play?
He's hurt.
Listen, I love him. He's a dog.
He's a dog.
We should have kept him.
He's a dog. He's all that. He's tough. They should have kept him the first go round.
But that was 5 years ago.
Yeah, you don't want that dude coming back to your team. Like, he's a little bit of a. I'm not gonna say a cancer, but he's a little bit of a headache in the locker room right now. And he's not. The juice ain't worth the squeeze. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So I would say, best case scenario for Sixers next year, LeBron. After that, don't get anybody. Figure out whatever you can do. Just see what you can do with Embiid and Maxey. After that, Paul George. After that, Jimmy Butler.
You want a gap here?
I mean, I don't want Jimmy Butler or Paul George. You know what I mean?
Is it Rocky on basketball tonight? I mean, do you have a segment ready to go? Rocky on baseball or?
I'm not. I do have something weird about baseball and I don't know. I might sound like an idiot.
File that under Rocky.
Yeah. So, I mean, we could do Rocky on baseball real quick because I don't.
Are we doing Rocky on baseball, Jess? We're gonna wait for you.
Jess is dumbfounded over there by the camera.
I wish that camera when he's
can you turn? I see think in the chat right there.
Yeah, that's just me. Think in the chat.
Anyway, so as we know, the Phillies have gone on a little bit of a skid.
Wait, is this Rocky on baseball?
Yeah.
Come on, come sit over here.
And now coming to the main stage. Give a round of applause for Rocky.
Rocky on baseball.
This is like when you're at a strip club.
Rocky on baseball. You see, I got my fresh fanatic hat on here.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, you like that? That's the. I think
Have you been at a game this season?
No.
Okay, just asking.
My wife did go, and she got me this hat when she went. So
the hat is fire. Really
thank you, Lindsay. Thank you for the hat.
The
Hold on.
Gatorade towel and put it on two real quick.
Dose.
There you go. Bang bang.
Rocky back to his spot.
See you.
And I got all this stuff on the camera. You can't figure out how to get it off.
Jess. Jess, well done.
Doing it live. We're doing it
well
live.
done, buddy. When we were out at PXG and I saw you smashing buttons and doing whatever it was behind the scene, I was impressed. And I'm even
go back. Rocky and baseball, you gotta get back to the other spot.
Okay. All right.
Also,
Sorry,
good
folks,
evening
we're
to Mark.
technical
real quick,
difficulties, please.
Mark
wait
has
1
walked
second.
in. He's eating his
Playing
dinner,
musical chairs
waiting.
over here.
Me and Mark
waiting
have
for
the
the
same
camera
hat
to
on.
get fixed.
Anyway, Rocky
Underdog.
on baseball.
Rocky on baseball.
I'm not as prepared as I usually am. I don't know what kind of nights are coming up. Like you know, bobblehead night. I did get the bobblehead, by the way. Gave Jess's kid a bobblehead because we had an extra one, by the way.
I had to bring my
So
bobblehead
only
in
thing
here.
I really know is that
some
the
bobbleheads.
Phillies are what 2-3 over their last 5. Haven't been hitting. Maybe I don't know. They weren't hitting last night. They got the win that I had to get off the skid, but I need somebody to answer me this. And I hope I don't sound like an idiot. I hope this wasn't fake, but I'm scrolling through the internets last night and I see in this Twins game, there's some guy just like lobbing pitches and striking. He had 7 pitches in an inning, retired the side with only 7 pitches, throwing pitches at like 40 miles an hour. Was that real? Did anybody see this?
Was it like it could have been like a mop-up situation?
I don't care what kind of situation it is. It was the major leagues.
Well, sometimes you have if it's a big blowout, the position players will come in to the game.
Yeah, but how do you not hit a baseball that's coming at you 40 miles an hour?
Because you're used to a baseball that's coming at you 100 miles an
I
hour
don't care
and
if
moving.
you are. Well, shouldn't you?
Yesterday's you said a Twins game?
Twins game.
That was 6-5, so I don't think you had position players.
Look at the pitching.
Go to Sports Center's Instagram because that's where I saw that. And I hope it wasn't something fake because I would sound like a straight up idiot right now if it was fake. I saw it on my Instagram yesterday. It might have been a couple of days ago. Anyway,
he's setting us up.
no, but anyway, this dude was throwing pitches like it looked like a little league game, and he was just one dude hit it, got grounded out. Another guy got struck out. It was very weird to me, and I did not understand how in the world this dude is a major league pitcher retiring at a major league team side with only 7 pitches throwing them at like 45 miles an hour. So nobody saw this.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, maybe this might have been fake. Oh, you know what? You know what I did do?
It was aspirin.
I'm gonna do this.
Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah, hold on. What I'm gonna do is
There you go. Hold on.
46-mile-per-hour pitch.
do a 46 mile per hour. Who said that?
Willie Wong.
No.
Yeah, dude.
He said he saw it.
Trev. Yeah.
Trevor said it's real, but it's from 2018, Rob. Come on, Rob.
See, listen, I knew
And
I
it
might.
wasn't in a 6-5 game.
I knew I might have sounded like an
Like,
idiot.
it's definitely
Well,
not.
regardless,
So sometimes if like the game's so out of hand, instead of wasting your bullpen arms, you'll bring in a position player who can throw. And
Okay.
just let them throw like some pitches just to try to get out of the inning.
but how does that happen? How do like major
You
league
can only have so many
major league
pitchers.
hitters not? No, I don't care about the number of pitchers. How do they not hit the ball?
Did you play baseball? I'm not being. Did you ever play baseball?
I played some little league. I feel like I would have smacked one of those out of the park.
you said he was a big boy too.
Yeah, he was a big boy, dude. He was a fat ass.
Look at that fat
Dude.
ass.
It was ridiculous, man. I can't believe I can send this to you. I guess we can't pull it up though, right? It's like
No,
there's some sort of a copyright infringement.
but I mean,
going on there.
it would make me feel a little bit better because I thought you were out of your damn mind for a little bit there.
Anyway,
I'd definitely seen it, but I didn't see it.
there's nothing to panic about with the Phillies. You know what I mean? Everybody, you can't win them all, right? You can't win every series. You go through a little slide. It's summertime. Maybe they had a couple drinks in the locker room, feeling themselves a little bit. But like I heard you guys talking about earlier, this team just feels different. They feel like they probably learned from last year. They're gonna get back to where they were. Don't worry about it. They're not gonna go, whatever 162 games in the National League or whatever American League or MLB.
Both leagues.
So you're saying we can't win them all?
Can't win them all. Don't worry about it. We're still the best team in the league. I checked it on my way over here. Got the best winning percentage. Nothing to panic. Guys, Rocky on baseball, short and sweet this week. I'm sorry I wasn't prepared, but had a lot going on. So anyway.
Rocky on baseball.
Rocky.
Sorry I came with that 2018 news. That shit's
Baseball.
6 years old at this point.
Yeah, giving us some.
Phillies avoided the sweep today.
Whoa.
Well, that's not me.
That is not you. What happened? You had it.
Did
You had it.
did Meach check in from Disney yet? Because I had a question for him about
No.
Meech, we don't know
Well-
what Meech is.
But while we're on the Disney thing, right? And
Oh,
while we're on the Disney
turn
thing,
that off.
I got a couple things too. I hope I'm not stealing your thunder, Mark. But first of all, amusement parks in general, how we feel about them. I love amusement parks.
I love
a
'em.
good
Roller
roller
coasters are
coaster.
Hate them.
Hate them? How can
Hate
you
'em.
hate amusement parks?
I absolutely love him.
How can you hate amusement parks, Mark?
Funnel
give you a lot of
cake and
reasons.
roller coasters. It's all you need in life.
Do you want my reasons?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're lazy.
Number one, they're too hot and way too much concrete. There's no ocean.
What?
Um,
What if you go in like the
and,
fall?
they're even hot in the fall. It could be 70 and the amusement park feels 90.
Okay.
Too hot. I don't like rides.
Have you ever been to Six
Gotta
Flags for
switch.
the Halloween thing? It's not
That's
hot
that's
then.
when I went.
That's
It's
fun.
fun,
It'll
yeah.
be hot the day I go.
Yeah.
Way too
Okay.
hot.
All right.
Way too hot.
The sun
Um,
follows Mark. That's what we learned.
Just angry people, just all like miserable or waiting in lines. The food generally sucks.
Super expensive.
There's no beer.
Yeah, there is.
Like Ocean City,
yeah, there's-
New Jersey.
Just
What
to
else?
correct you on that, you can have beer at Epcot Center.
Okay.
And you can have beer from lots
Did
of
I
different
mention that
countries.
there's way
Six
too much
Flags?
concrete, no ocean, and it's way too hot?
So this sounds to me like you're going in the middle of the summer where there's going to be big crowds. It's going to be hot.
Correct.
The concrete's going to be hot. You can get beers. I don't know where you got that
You go to
information
Six
from.
Flags, you get the
Yeah.
fast pass.
Think about it like this.
But
Our boy Meech is down there right now. And, given that it was 80 something degrees here today, gotta imagine it's a little sticky while he's waiting in line with his 6 other family members.
Let's find
Yeah,
out.
but the amusement park is a fun place to go if you go at the right time. Like Fink said, you go around Halloween when it's a little bit cooler. The crowds are
It'll be
It's less crowded?
Indian summer.
no
It'll be
won't.
80 degrees
I'm
when I
telling
go.
you, man. The last time I went to Six Flags, I had a blast. I waited in no lines. There was no little kids there. I had a beer, got on all the rides. This is one of those days you just keep lapping a ride if you want to. And who doesn't love a roller coaster, man?
All right,
I
let me
hate
tell you a
roller
story.
Meech had a
So,
high of 98 today.
Whoa.
feel that.
Yeah,
So,
sucker.
guys, when I was growing up, I never was like big into the roller coasters, and I always felt kind of queasy in my
Soft.
stomach.
Soft.
Soft. And then I ended up getting like super into them and doing them. But we were at we went to SeaWorld actually a couple
Nice.
years ago. They have actually a surprising amount of rides. It's not just dolphins.
Oh yeah,
what I mean?
SeaWorld's
Yeah.
one of the best places I hear.
Yeah. So anyway, we're
Except for how
down
mean they
there.
are to the.
Right.
the
So
sea
I
life.
went on this one ride, okay, and it was a roller coaster, and we did a loop,
Yeah.
but it was backwards.
Okay.
So I went upside down, backwards in a loop,
Mhm, mhm.
and like for the rest of the day, I seriously thought I was going to puke. I never did, but I felt like I was going to, and my kids thought it was the funniest thing ever. Like they were laughing at me all day, and like that's a terrible
old,
feeling.
That's the old man in you. The way I feel is like the more like feeling like puke I'm gonna feel, the better the ride.
Makes you feel
that's what you
alive.
Yeah,
want.
it makes you feel good, man. I don't know, man. But
I mean, just like to puke in the middle of the theme park, it's kind of
you
a
just
vibe.
you find a trash can, throw up in it
Yeah.
real quick, get back on the ride. But the Disney thing, right? And I hope I'm not offending anybody, but you guys, I hope Meech isn't one. I can't see how Meech would be one of these people, but these like Disney adult type people.
Oh yeah. I know one of those. It's a pseudo family member that's obsessed. Has like a million.
And I hope like
Mickey
I'm not
things.
offending Meech or his
Oh,
wife
you are.
or
Meech is a
anything.
big
Do you
one.
think Meech
By
is
saying
taking
what?
pictures? Do you think Meech is getting
Hold on.
solo pictures of princesses today?
guys are living.
Probably because
I'm-
Meech is might be. I'm
Meech,
not
Meech
gonna-
has a Mickey Mouse tattoo on his back
That's fine too.
because
But
he's like a big like.
Whoa,
Disney-
whoa. Are you being honest?
Ask him
Meech
about
has a Mickey Mouse
Ask him
tattoo
about
on his back.
No, he doesn't.
no, he does not.
I don't know. Could you imagine I just started that on the pod and we were like, "Hey, Meech, let us see the freaking Mickey Mouse tattoo."
No, but you know these Disney adults, and I feel like that's such like. Granted, like Meech is probably down there with his family having a good time, and we've all been. I think we've all been to Disney World once or twice, and it's a good thing to do with your
Once.
family. You take your kids down, that's a good
It's
time.
terrible.
But like these people who are like,
These people.
big Disney fans, as grown ass people going down there by themselves and like dressing up like I don't even know the characters. Princess Leia, is that a Disney person?
That's Star Wars.
Not at all.
Oh, see, look,
You're
hey,
gonna
hey,
have
Star
two- you're
Wars.
gonna have two
Unbelievable.
camps coming after you.
Can I ask you a
Listen,
question?
I'm a big
Hold on,
believer
Mark,
that everybody
hold on
has
real
their
quick.
thing, and I don't hate on anyone for what they want to do.
That's
as long
weird,
as they're
dude.
not hurting, as long as they're not hurting other people.
Okay, Bill
just not
Walton.
my thing.
We'll get to that. by
That's
the way.
weird, man.
Time out. Rock, can I just ask you a question real quick? Because like when you put down the disclaimer, like I hope this doesn't offend anyone, and then the take is like adults that really like Disney are kind of lame. Like, is that honestly is that the hottest take we're gonna get from you on the show?
I mean, that's I don't want to offend anybody, man. I mean, people like Mark said, everybody's got their thing. That's just one of the weirder things.
Here's
think.
what
It's
I
like
need.
you're a grown ass
Mm-mm.
person.
No, here's what I need.
walking
I
around.
need you to go.
I'll
Listen,
offend somebody.
if you-
Everybody from New York, you Knicks fans, Rangers fans, you Nets fans, everybody from New York, you're a bunch of fucking bozo idiots.
All right.
There you go.
See, that's how you gotta do it.
All right. Well, all
There
right.
you go. No, I need you to be
Here you
like,
I've never worried
All
about
right,
offending anyone.
Here you
before.
go. Here we go. If you're an adult Disney person,
Don't be mean.
as a female, it's time to fucking grow up. You're not a princess.
What about a
You're a
male?
regular woman. You probably work a 9 to 5 at the hospital
Oh
or whatever
my
the hell it is you do.
God.
Grow the fuck up. If
got
you're
real.
a Disney adult as a male,
Way to
you're
go,
probably a fucking pervert. Let's be honest. You're probably down there looking at little kids or whatever the hell else
Wait,
you're doing. But
Reckless speculation.
Best comment so far. DK. Fink took it down.
No, I'm trying to bring it up. Who's controlling it over here?
I
anyway,
was.
the adult Disney thing is a very weird thing to be into. Can we all agree?
So I'm gonna disagree with Rock here,
Oh,
and I'm gonna agree with my boy Mark here. Who, hey man, different strokes for different folks.
Different stroke for different strokes.
Strokes.
you know what I
Are you a
meant there.
Disney person?
Baskin Robbins has 31 flavors because everyone likes something.
Fink has the Mickey Mouse.
My
tattoo.
Mickey Mouse tattoo.
Oh,
No, I'm
man.
not a Disney person.
Because it's fucking weird, right?
Listen, if you're
I
listening,
will never say
if
that.
you're listening to this and you're not
I'm
watching,
weird.
Because you
I
got to
really
get on a
can't-
plane to go
I
there.
can't talk about anybody. So,
I really like this when it was me and you, Fink. I mean, that was super easy to navigate. It's
Sorry.
but
it's
now you got
already
Rock
out of
in
control.
here who's just threatening lives of Disney.
I just want people to
Threaten anybody's
understand.
lives. Just grow the fuck up.
I just want people to understand. If you're listening and not watching this, Fink came to the show in some sort of with a low hat and dark aviators. It looks like he's
It's like he's playing
conducting
poker or something.
surveillance on someone's house, like he's a private investigator.
Not
then-
not so stealthily.
And then Devin just said, "Okay, Justin Bieber, calm down." So she's in the chat clowning Fink's appearance. which we are here for. We
I don't
love that.
think-
Can I just interject real quick? The last time Meech wasn't here, Fink was on fire. He's on fire again tonight. It's very interesting.
It's the seat.
You, Meech,
It's the
are
seat.
fired. That is only can be one Northeast person
that-
on stage at a time.
Is the
There's
Justin
no
Bieber thing a
And
reference
he
to
always
something?
resorts to North.
Yeah,
He's
Fink
crying,
looking
too.
like
I'm
a bit
dressed with an
dorky.
oversized t-shirt and the tight sweatpants.
All right,
Looking so good.
because I think you're like the Unabomber, like you're about to go play some poker or something.
Okay.
I'd rather be a
Bieber
poker
related.
player than a Unabomber.
Now you guys know that I told Meech I didn't care if he was in Space Mountain. We needed him on the show. We needed to get a report, and this is the last I'm
He's
getting.
probably waiting in
He
line.
says, "Guys, I'm in a line.
Yeah, it's
I don't
probably-
think I'll be able to make it when you done." I don't know what that means.
When I
Nah.
tell you he's waiting
Nah.
in line, does that
Get in,
sound like,
Meech. Get
does
in.
that
waiting
sound
in-
like someone who's happy at an amusement park?
No,
Just saying.
Damn, Meech couldn't even get the fast pass down there.
I think they did away with. It's different now. I think.
I don't know, man. I haven't been to Disney World since I was like 8 or something like that.
Rock.
As it should be.
Your woman is in the chat shaming me because I went to SeaWorld. Like I even know what the hell.
She's not a fan of zoo
She's
type
right with the
scenarios, zoos,
Yeah.
animal engagement type
Yeah.
stuff.
You saw
Not
the
a fan.
video of the
I'm with,
orca.
I'm with Lindsay on that.
What's that?
You saw the video of the orca eating the shark.
Nah,
Orca ate a shark.
Finky, you have to pull that up when you get back.
we can't pull
Yeah,
anything
we
up.
won't do that.
Copyright infringement or something like
It's not
that.
that easy.
Jesse Peta's going to be picketing outside before the end of the show.
My bad, dude.
You heard it here first. Jesse
Listen.
Rendell supports SeaWorld.
Listen, listen, you jagoffs.
Son of former governor
I go.
supports SeaWorld and animal entrapment.
I go wherever my wife says the family plan dictates we're gonna go.
Yeah,
I
I'd go to
don't care.
SeaWorld and ride them rides. They got the ride you stand up on now.
Yo, they have this one where you go over a loop backwards and almost make you throw up. You should
Nice,
check it
Hey,
out.
The whole day.
Yeah, we need to do a City Pigeons Day at like Hershey Park. That's what we're gonna do.
Sorry.
All go there.
I
We're gonna
kinda
have
like
some
that.
beers.
Hershey Park. I love Hershey Park.
Hershey Park's supposed to be legit. Anyway, how'd we get on this? We got any sports?
I
stuff?
know.
You
wait,
brought
wait,
it up.
They actually have a great golf course there. I'll
Remember
play golf
we got
while
on
you
this
guys go on
because
the
you were
rides.
trashing Disney people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, speaking of golf,
I know how we got on this because you sent your ideas for the show and it was like amusement park talk. And I was just like, that's hysterical. And then here we end up actually doing it.
yeah. I
That's
mean,
probably because I was over at the camera and I couldn't shut it down quickly enough.
also said let's talk about golf, and Mark just brought up a beautiful golf course by Hershey. Sounds like a City Pigeons weekend. Hershey Park and golf.
I love it. I have so many extra weekends. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and pencil it in.
Speaking of golf, we had that PXG event last week. We
Yeah.
were with the one and only Chill Moody.
Yes. That
So I
was
think a
nice.
little bit of City Pigeons rubbed off on him because my man won his flight at the AGS tour
There
this
you go.
week.
That's
Shout out
unbelievable.
to Chill.
rubbed off on him.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Golf clap for our guy.
I feel like
Okay.
I put a little fire under him, man.
Okay, but one thing that you're leaving out, because you know, once I heard that he was referring to himself as Chill Mickelson, and you had previously referred to yourself as Ricky Fowler, I thought this would be good rivalry in the making.
Mhm.
So I went out of my way to make sure that you guys would go head to head
Oh yeah, he beat
on
me.
a par three. Now, this was a 100-yard par three, and the winning shot was 38 feet from the hole, and each of them got 3 tries. So, you know, I'm just not ready to.
Well, you know what? I don't perform well on those electronic machines, man.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He said his game only translates in real life.
It does.
Right.
I don't trust those machines.
The machines are real, dude.
Those machines
Sorry.
aren't that real.
I've seen the
man.
Terminator. I don't trust the machines either, bro.
Exactly, man.
All right. Well, I'm in favor now. Could we do Rock? So we used to do these things when we had when our golf crew was like at its peak. We used to do call outs, and you would challenge another member of the crew
yeah.
to a match,
Yep.
and then like everybody else would play as well. But so what would happen though is they would play, and then the winner. I remember for one time, for example, the winner got to pee on the other person's driver.
That was my driver, asshole.
Oh, dude! And then the one time our buddy had to wear a caddy bib and shine
Shine the winner's shoes. Yeah.
So
That was fun.
That was fun. But I think you should issue a call out to Chill Moody. Like settle this. You know, you guys both won. Is he in your flight?
No, I'm in the lower handicap flight.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you got to give him some strokes.
Yeah, but I mean, it all.
How about
evens
if
out,
you
man.
beat him, you get to like go on stage and do a little rhyme. And if
That's
he wins,
Rocky
that,
Bar.
that- if I win, why would I want to do that? I wouldn't want to do that at all.
That's like
That's
petrifying.
like, yeah, it's like losing.
Chill, Moody. What you gonna do when Rocky Fowler runs up on you?
Anyway, yeah. So
This is a challenge.
congrats to Chill Moody on winning his fight this week. I'll call him out and we'll get out there and play.
Yeah.
You know, at some point I talked to him. We're gonna at least be out there for what's it called? The
Nice
the nice
things.
guys
The
invitation.
the nice things, the
Nice
nice
guys.
Invitational.
And
With a bunch of nice guys.
we got a lot of weeks left on the AGS tour, so I'm sure at some point I'm gonna play against him and my other guy. What was his name? Whatever the guy's name was, he called me out.
Oh yeah, the golf dude. We got to get that.
Yeah,
Okay, remind me.
John Kelly, I believe his name was.
Yeah, he's got the wandering golfer or something like that.
Bumbling golfer. I'm gonna
All
play against both of them guys
Yo,
at some point.
But he called you out.
He did call me.
Does he
out.
know that if you beat him, you're going to pee on his driver?
No, but I hope he's watching because I'm gonna pee on your driver, John Kelly.
Let's go. Let's go. Okay, on a
We've got some
semi.
people asking about your elbow, Rocky. People are concerned about your.
Oh, that's right.
You know,
He did have
ability to
elbow
make it through the
issues.
season.
It's a little concern. I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping when I got down here, the old man b-ball kit was available because my elbow is on fire right now. I ain't gonna lie. We played some golf the other day, and I could barely swing the club, but I think it's trauma and not like a long-term thing. So the elbow's a little banged up.
We could
Put some
go
Tuscan
on
it,
and
Rocky,
on.
Get out there.
We could go on and on about how your elbow's feeling.
Mhm.
But I want to talk about something that's a little less lighthearted, although originally. So today I was looking on Instagram and I saw Mark posted something about Bill Walton. And I'm like, he would post about Bill Walton. Bill Walton would love, Tom, I was thinking of you. Bill Walton would love Mark's out of office messages.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
100. And
I thought it was a
I'm
nice post.
moly.
I'm bummed.
No, but
I'm
I didn't
bummed that we didn't
realize-
send them to him.
I didn't realize the part about like the book and stuff. And actually, it's
Pretty
kind
cool.
of a cool story and
Yep.
kind of compelling. So I decided that you're going to have to tell us your about your interaction with Bill Walton, who I think we all agree, was hysterical, was an awesome personality, and just somebody who brought a lot to the world in terms of being amazingly colorful person. So I'm going to make you tell your story now.
So I was lucky enough 2 years ago. I spent the day at the National Card Show in Atlantic City, which is like the national, it's a 4-day card show, and like every athlete comes through, like anyone you can imagine. Mike Tyson, Allen Iverson.
Was OJ there?
OJ was not there. Pretty much everyone but OJ got invited. And I was there with my buddy Dave Parker. And what they do is I met Darryl Strawberry. I met all these crazy people. What they do is they put these guys in the back, and I had like this pass backstage, and they put them in these rooms where they're signing stuff for the promoters. And Dave gets paired up in his little room, and it's him and Bill Walton all day. So we're just hanging out in there like most of the day. And this guy, I'd never met him before. I met him that day, and we're hanging out, and he was like, you met him, and it was like you'd known him forever. And it was like he knew you forever. And, who are you? Why are you here? What's up with your family? We start talking music. We're talking Grateful Dead. We're talking Fish. He's telling me about all the shows he goes to, asking me my favorite songs, what I love about it. We're talking sports, and he is there. And there are guys like there's never going to be another one of these types of humans ever again. And the errors sort of create them. And Bill Walton is one of those guys. And just his love for life. He was so happy. He was so radiant. I'm there with my friend who has Parkinson's, and he is coaching him through how he thinks he can get better and cure Parkinson's through his mental attitude, through his diet, through just outlook on life. And he's not full of shit. I believe everything he was saying. He's there. He's got these bags of seeds and nuts and these potions he's mixing up, and in between autographs he would get up and do these stretches, and just like an unbelievable love of life. And he's sitting there in admiration, and he has us taking these photos, and he's like, hey, can you just send that and he has me taking a photo on my phone of the two of them, and he goes, hey, just send that to my wife. Here's her number, and tell her I said hello, and tell her we're like hanging out here, and I just met you. And
it's really cool.
So I'm like texting with his wife, and it was just
Too soon,
remarkable.
buddy.
day because I met, 20, 30, 40 of these iconic athletes. But out of all of them, Bill Walton was just a normal, loving, happy, inspirational guy who was as interested to meet me as I was to meet him. You fast forward and I'd, sent him a couple texts here and there. And I had this jersey that he had donated to the auction that I'd gotten. And I sent him a message, hey man, if I send it to you, can you just sign it for me? Of course, here's my address. I send it to him. And this is 3-4 months ago.
Oh.
And I get back in the mail like a month later, a huge cardboard box, and it's full of stuff and photos and posters and everything's autographed and the jersey's there. And in the middle of it all, as I posted to on Instagram, was a copy of his book. And inside the book, he wrote this 2-page inscription to me about life and about being happy and about it. He thanked me for his life. I mean, this guy thanked me for his life because he felt so blessed to be admired. He felt so blessed to be alive. And just someone, and I said this, it's just an unbelievable reminder to be grateful and to try and be happy and trying to live life to its fullest every day.
Careful.
The guy didn't fake the funk. A lot of people sort of
he was
question, was
real.
he just a caricature of a person? No, he was real. And he truly loved life and lived it every day. And it's amazing sort of the twists and turns that life takes you, but I was so lucky to meet him and so lucky to sort of have this, very brief but impactful relationship with him.
That's a cool story, man.
That's a great story.
Yeah,
Salute to Bill Walton, man.
Yeah, rest in peace to Bill Walton. Like I don't know, I never had that kind of interaction with him, but whenever you hear him on TV, that guy always sounds like the coolest. You know what I mean? I'm glad you got to have that interaction. We need to get something in here.
I've got some stuff.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah,
you got a whole
great.
cardboard box full of
Yeah.
stuff. So bring
I
some of
love
that
all
in
the
there.
stories about how the announcers, like Tariqa, would have to call them and be like, yo, you have to rein him in. Like you have to, you
Yeah.
can't just let him go talk and talk. But they would just let him go. And like,
Yeah,
you
rest
know,
in
like,
peace to one of the
it's cool.
goats, Bill Walton.
sweet.
Thank you very much for sharing that, Mark.
Don't cry.
Very
No problem.
special moment. I did want. There's something.
Does this mean we can't clown his out of offices anymore?
Yeah, we still can. We absolutely can. Even though Bill Walton.
I love them. I mean, his last name's Goodhart. What is up?
Yeah,
He's not.
got to do it.
Yo, is
Okay,
that old man B-ball kit in here though? by the way?
you looking for that Advil?
I'm looking for
Yeah,
the ice.
I'll tell you what is still in here, and I just noticed this today. It's the candy cane thing that's full of the Fireball.
Bust them out.
Nobody has drank one. And
Hold
guess
on.
what?
Here's what
Radical
I
Squirrel
see.
happens to be back in the United States.
Look out.
I'm gonna talk about how I brought this for the white elephant thing,
Yeah,
and it's still fucking here.
You didn't know that was there?
he brought.
What the hell's wrong?
I just.
What is wrong
okay,
with
hold
my
on.
gift?
This is a Placido Polanco bobblehead.
Why did no one take my gift?
I'm gonna take it and give it to Dean. Okay.
Dean, like, who the hell is this
Sponsored
guy?
by Sugar House Casino.
Placido Polanco was on the broadcast recently. He threw out the first pitch, so he's back in the area, folks.
Yo, you know who else thought the first
Very
pitch?
large
I
head.
don't. Who?
Boss man D-Lo.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that.
Yeah, that was fun.
Beautiful.
Just
Okay.
know whoever got this is hurt.
Sometimes I want to
I
talk
think it was
about
Meech.
stuff.
It's probably Meech. Why
Listen-
didn't Meech call in from the line? I don't get that.
His Mickey Mouse tattoo hurts.
You know, sometimes
My
it
laptop
sounds
died.
better in theory than practice, though. You know, he calls in, we can't hear him. It's
Yeah,
all
he's got
loud,
kids
it
yelling.
sucks. Did we? Okay, sometimes I can't remember if we talked about something already.
Kids
Did
are
we
like,
talk
"Hurry up,"
about?
and he's like, hold on, I gotta call into this podcast. Sorry.
Did we talk about like the bench clearing brawls in baseball?
No.
Did we talk about this? Okay, because again today we had a situation. I don't know if many of you guys were able to see the game because it was on earlier, but the pitcher for the Giants, whose name is escaping me, threw three balls in a
Tim
row.
Lincecum. His
Tim
name.
Lincecum, right?
Rock actually texted me about this today.
Oh, did he?
About the brawl. He was like, "Yo, Fink, you see that Harper brawl?" I'm
Did
like,
he?
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
like,
no.
"What?"
Okay, so the pitcher threw.
See that Lincecum, bro?
You guys are making it real hard for me
Sorry.
to get into this. I'm trying. Okay, so the pitcher
Excuse me.
threw
Wow.
3 pitches up and in to Harper in a row, and
Hmm.
Harper had, was already barking at him, and then one hit him in the nub of the bat, and Harper wasn't charging the mound or anything, but there was a little bit of words, and then it's one of these things. You know how if the dude charges the mound, everybody's coming hard, right?
Mhm.
They're running.
The bullpen.
Well, it's so funny when nobody knows, and it's like, it's like, they were like, we should get out there. Yeah, we better get out there. And like slowly they come out. And I just love the thing that is like honestly my favorite thing about baseball brawls. I feel like we did talk about this. Trevor, tell me if we already talked about this because he made a reference to this. Is when the bullpen guys come out, right? Because the bullpen guys have to travel a very long way to get in and around the fracas that's going on. And so they have to decide. And I know the bullpen guys are sitting there. And as soon as the benches start to clear, they're like, I guess should we I guess we better go, man. And it's funny because when it's an all-out brawl, they come sprinting in, but when it's like just guys talking, they're literally like lumbering in slowly. They come all the way in. There's 50 people around. They're talking. Nothing happens. Like everybody goes back. And today I was thinking about there's like the guys in the back who are probably like in the cage or like getting treatment who all of a sudden are like, wait, what? Oh, I gotta go. I gotta get out there. Just the whole
I think they should do
brawl thing.
the hockey rules because my
Let 'em
father
fight?
always used to say this growing up. He said it takes no balls to like charge a mound because before you get there, both benches are there. Like, and it's
Just let them fight.
just let them fight.
You know what?
And
Those-
you would have nobody would not nobody, but the fights hardly nearly as many.
Yeah, those baseball fights are always weak as hell. You never see anybody like these guys got no protection.
That Rangers one.
that's
Hold
right.
on.
One on the field.
Batista and
Hold on.
I want to see somebody get just cold dropped out there.
Can I
Like,
get on
we can
my
show it to you.
old
That
man
happens.
baseball thing for a second in
Oh.
relation to these
Here we go.
brawls?
Sure.
Yeah. Baseball brawls in 2024 suck. Baseball brawls in the 70s and 80s were real. Go back and watch. I actually saw one yesterday where it was game 4. Imagine this now. It was game 4 of the 1980 World Series. And Dickie Knowles threw up and in on George Brett 2 pitches in a row. And Dickie Knowles was like, yo, come and get some. But instead of that, the manager of the Royals came out and starts challenging Dickie Knowles to a fight. And Pete Rose steps in and throws down with the manager of the Royals
Pete Rose is about that
in
life.
the
Okay.
World Series.
But like that's
Yeah.
honestly okay. So I
Tommy Lasorda got his
immediately
ass beat by the Fanatic before, right?
yeah.
That had to be
immediately go to the
R.I.P.
what was it? Don Zimmer. Yeah, Don Zimmer and Pedro. That was the best.
Oh
thing
yeah,
ever.
Pedro was like, "What's up, partner?"
You know-
Nolan Ryan and Robin Ventura.
I thought about this earlier though because
that too.
you guys remember like NBA, like back in the day, like Bird and Dr. J, and the way that those guys, all the old school
Kareem
Knicks guys.
Abdul-Jabbar. Who did Kareem Abdul-Jabbar just like completely?
No, Rudy Tomjanovich got
Was-
his face.
Yeah,
ended his career.
Yeah, that was like crazy.
Kermit Wash was it?
I'm
Wash?
pro fighting.
Was
in
it Kermit?
all
I don't
Okay.
know. That was a
sports.
wild one.
I think all
That's
sports
surprising
you should
thing.
be able to fight.
No, but so I was thinking about this the other day because my buddy, who's a Knicks fan, just kept going on and on about how much Embiid is a bitch and a dirty player. And I'm like, dude, like the epic Knicks teams were like
he's
the
a New Yorker.
dirtiest teams ever. And like now
I hope he
somebody
heard
does
my
one thing, everybody bitches. So look, you can't compare the days of old and from a fighting perspective. But I will say that fight on second base, is that what you're showing him?
Yes.
Yeah, he's showing me over
The
here.
one on second base, that's like a legit street fight.
He got
That's not
rocked.
even like a baseball fight. You know what I mean? That's
mean,
good
that
stuff.
was
But
great.
anyway, my point is it's very awkward when the bullpen guys
Hell
come
yeah.
in and get involved in the fight. It's just a weird situation.
That's old school right there.
Yeah.
These guys, like,
Need more fighting in sports.
Trev says he brought
You
it
can't
up
go
when
wrong
the
with it.
Three Stooges stumbled
and then
into the
Pete Rose
coop.
comes in. He's like, yeah, let's go.
That was the Tom Rockamore.
What?
The Three
I
Stooges.
can't
get
even
it.
remember. Oh, he tried to bring it up. I got it. 'Cause
Thanks, Trev.
I bet Trevor and I talked about that separately. Yeah, I always thought that was funny. Oh, he says Pat Burrell is the San Francisco hitting coach.
And apparently he put
What?
apparently
was
he put
leading
balls
the
on
scuffle.
someone. Yeah, he put someone. I heard.
Hey,
I missed it.
I
was
love
working.
that. Let's
He's like, I
go.
got money on this game.
My buddy lives in San Francisco. He has the big beard, and Greg Murphy will always go and show him on the game. My buddy Stumpy, but they've been 0-9 until today. So finally, thank you, Stump.
Thank you for not going, Stump.
No, he went,
Oh shit!
but he broke it.
You're welcome.
Wait,
Stump.
Hey, remember he was
Oh,
the one that
Pat
said
Burrell,
Rick and Marsh's uncle?
Tom,
'Cause he has the
stop
big-
pounding the bar. You keep
Pound
pounding
it.
the bar.
That's usually my move.
Okay.
No, that is true. Pat Burrell is the San Francisco Giants hitting coach, which is just odd
I
in
heard
many
he got
ways.
That is
involved
corny.
in all
Yeah,
that,
he
like,
well, Trevor's chiming in that he was the one leading the scuffle, which doesn't
Ooh.
surprise me. He's sort of old
I
school.
can't see that. I have my sunglasses.
Wasn't
on.
Pat Burrow the wild boy when he was here, like hanging out down the shore
No,
with
with the ladies.
all types of ladies?
You know what they called
and
him?
Passing out.
Pat the
people.
bait.
Pat the bait.
There's also an outfit that Pat Burrell's famous for wearing. Is a
Burrell?
gimp outfit. Pat Burrell.
A gimp outfit. Is that what you're gonna say?
Pat Burrell.
Pat Burrell.
Burrell.
Burl.
Burrow. Pat Burrow.
Pat Burrell.
He's wearing a gimp
A
outfit.
gimp outfit
Whoa.
behind his Brian Wilson. You remember Brian Wilson? No.
Yeah. Brian Wilson.
Can I ask you a question? Is the gimp outfit like the outfit from Pulp Fiction?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Bring out the
like
gimp.
he's wearing that thing. He's like in chains and everything with. I got you. I got you.
Man,
guys.
you guys are on some shit tonight. Anyway.
Yo, you never saw that? You saw that?
Nah,
in
what else
Pulp
we
Fiction?
talking about?
Okay, I got something. So Mark had mentioned earlier that he wanted to talk about softball. And listen, first of all, I know Mark didn't your daughter today, I believe, was given a gold glove or something. Do tell.
She won. So they gave out 3 coaches awards at Penn Charter for varsity softball. She won the defensive most improved gold glove coaches award.
Hell yeah.
For her work for the softball team. She's a stalwart in the outfield.
All right, we
Nice.
love that.
Hell
You
yeah.
must be very proud. I know you spend a lot of time with
That's
both
awesome.
your daughters at softball tournaments, and you had mentioned that you really like softball. And now is a great time if you have
Coaches
kids.
them too.
Yeah, he's a great coach. If you have kids that are
Finished an
into,
undefeated regular season tonight, 11-0-1.
Ooh,
amazing.
Congrats.
So
Coach of the
Make that
year,
12 and 0.
Philadelphia, actually.
if you have kids that are super into like baseball or softball, it's a great time of year because like the college stuff is amazing. You know, if you get a chance, by the way, college baseball is fantastic. The College World Series is insane. Penn back-to-back Ivy League champs.
Yeah,
They're
baby.
going to be playing Virginia on Friday, which is probably going to be really, really tough.
You guys going?
No, it's in Virginia. It's
Oh.
in Charlottesville.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, Charlottesville. No.
Yeah,
See, well,
Rocky
I'm gonna be
can't go down
down there in this town.
there. Oh, yeah. That's Chris Long's spot. Tommy
Yeah.
rocking the team dinner shirt. We're setting up team dinner 2024 as we speak.
Oh,
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Am I invited back to Team Dinner 24?
You know what? The event has grown, and I just don't know. I can't commit to that. I cannot commit.
What
to
the
that.
hell?
I heard about
Although-
some people were complaining this week that their free invite to pickleball got from 2023 is no longer for 2024.
Yeah,
and I said,
my bad.
yo, you got to
Listen,
get on that train.
I create events that have, that grow in popularity. That's what I do. Now, think.
That's the
I,
point.
obviously,
I heard
got
that's
in
the
trouble
point.
at Jesse's team dinner because I was the guy who took the drinks from the bar to my seats, and I was carrying me and Dev's. I was double fisted. So I had 3 drinks, and I'm the only one in line, just like this. And Jesse walks by, he goes,
well, I wasn't aware of that.
Cutting into the fundraising tool.
Northeast behavior.
No, but think. Here's the deal. You do have going for you. You if you're Devin's +1, then you've got a pretty good shot.
how about
let's be
she's
honest.
my +1, and I'm interviewing on the red carpet this year.
I like that. Think interviewing on the red carpet.
I'll
would
wear
be
a tuxedo
vibe.
and everything.
Okay,
Tuxedo shirt.
I like it.
All right.
What
we
about
got?
you and Dev? Okay, we'll
Softball.
talk. Okay,
Mark on softball.
Mark.
point is softball. My son sometimes will be looking to watch like a college game and there won't be any on, and he'll turn on the softball, and it is very electric. The condensed size of the field, the speed of the game. I do not at all look at the ladies in any sort of way.
Why are you bringing that
Purely-
up, dude?
Why
Yeah,
did
you
you
didn't
even
have
bring
to
it
go
up?
down that
Yeah.
road.
What do you mean?
Can we talk
No.
to Mark? Can we talk to Mark, please, about the
All right,
softball?
yeah, let's get
Oh,
to
wait,
a real
before we get
expert.
off this, I just want to say,
Coach.
since we're talking about softball, I have over 100 career pitching wins because I was
Pitch-
a fucking
pitching?
stud.
100?
Over 100 wins.
Get the
in,
out of
in
here.
slow pitch softball.
100 wins.
How do you?
That's like
How are
10 a
you a
season.
good slow
I
pitch?
played for like 10 years. It's a while.
Can we get the
All right.
Mark over here? That's softball. This kid's clearly lying.
As a
I am not.
competitive
Shit.
softball player, Fink, I respect what you're talking about. No, the reason I brought it up is because we've been watching the college regionals in my house constantly, and it's amazing
Put it
for,
on.
for those reasons that Jesse said. The speed of the game, the condensed field, the talent of the players, the intensity, the crowds, the stadiums. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievably entertaining. It's unbelievably high quality ball. But the thing I was thinking, are we at a crescendo moment coming off of the NCAA women's tournament? And now the college softball seems to be bigger and bigger and bigger every year. Now that all the regionals are televised, the College World Series starts this week. You've got all the big schools in it, UCLA, Florida, Florida State. Are we at a crescendo moment where, because of the portal and the movement and the lack of connection with men's sports, is women's softball going to help push this interest and excitement in women's collegiate sports, over the top? That's what I was thinking, and I thought we might get some opinions here on that.
I feel like the softball has kind of almost been there in terms of recognition nationally and being televised. At least I've always equated that much more so than like women's college basketball. I feel like those games were much more, highly televised. And so I feel like if anything, some of these other sports might be catching up to softball.
Yeah. And to be honest with
the
you,
College World Series specifically,
there is a bit, you might think, oh, well, now that everything's televised, it might grow popularity, but it's like, it kind of reminds me of when streaming services came out in music. Like there's almost too much.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like now it's actually the greatest thing ever because my dad physically cannot get to every Penn game the way he used to, but every Penn game is on ESPN Plus. Doesn't matter if they're playing some like random Division III school or whatever. And we can easily do a show right here. You know what I mean? So there's lots of content out there. I think it allows people that are into it to see it, which is great. But I don't think honestly that it's going to all of a sudden grow, except maybe there's a player who captivates people the way that Caitlin Clark does and is so great at it that you have to watch it because she's setting, records. But I don't know.
Here's what I'll say.
Did you know that Tom Brady's niece is the best player on UCLA and they're the number 6 seed in the College World Series? Yeah, Maya Brady.
Yeah. I knew that.
Here's what I'll say about it, right? I mean, it's great that it's growing, and popularity is getting bigger, but the difference between that and basketball, UCLA right? Now. So, like with the Caitlin Clark thing, right? She played her 4 years, she did well, she grew the sport. You can continue to see her play in the WNBA. What do you get to look forward to when it comes to softball, like the Olympics? Like, there's no. I'm sure there are some professional. Like,
yeah, there is Olympics, isn't there?
Yeah, that's it.
But that's it. Like it's once every 4 years. Like
oh, there's no.
I think they've actually gotten rid of it as crazy.
And I'm
as
sure
Olympics.
there's some professional softball women's leagues out there, but it's not like it's not as big as the WNBA. So like, it's great that it's getting bigger, but like it's really not gonna like a person like me. Like I barely watch baseball, obviously.
Not anymore.
When it comes down to softball, like
what about your segment?
I watch the Phillies. But when it comes down to softball, I'm not tuning in.
You got that beautiful
Jenny
fanatic,
Finch,
man.
man.
I remember her. She was a monster.
Jenny Finch.
Jenny Finch.
Shout out Jenny Finch.
Lisa Fernandez was that picture from UCLA. Come on,
I do like that the women's sports are growing because there's some talent. I mean, there's a lot of talented females out there playing sports. The professional leagues, there's not enough of them. You know what I mean? Like you can't follow them past the college level, except like the WNBA.
But do you ever watch the LPGA?
Oh well, yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
okay,
I'll sit there and watch that. That's cool.
See,
and also tennis.
Thing.
Tennis.
Yeah.
Tennis is like tennis is actually pretty. Yeah, that's might be better than watching men's tennis actually.
But a lot of this change has come about within the past 5 years, and so look at the explosion within, the women's basketball game. It'd be interesting to see what happened to softball. Maybe
Yeah, I don't think softball's blowing up. That's bottom line. What I think. Sorry, ladies.
It's okay.
And
right. As these ladies grow up,
I bet that it does.
Disney women, softball women, Rock hates women.
No, Rock does not hate women.
And I hear your point from a professional level. I think my sort of question was more, is it moving up the ranks of college sports as people seem to be less interested in men's college basketball and college football, just seem to be a little bit less interested than maybe they were 10 years ago.
I've definitely seen more on college softball this year than college baseball.
Well, I will say I'm more interested because like if I don't seek it out, but if I flip in or if it's on the channel, I'll leave it on and I'll watch it. Like I don't get out to get out, but like before I would probably flip. I'm more into it.
Listen,
I watched a couple of the women's World Series, the softball World Series, and it's fun.
Is it over?
It's fun.
No, the actual final 16
Yeah.
World Series starts this Thursday.
Who's your pick?
I'm going UCLA.
Yeah, me too. I'm going UCLA.
Tom Brady's niece is on that team. Boo!
So what? You're probably a baller.
Okay, well, we could go on all night about softball. I'm glad we did a segment on it, though, Mark.
Texas
Thank you.
A&M
Mark
make
on
it?
softball.
They did make it.
Yes, they did.
I like them. They had some nice
Yeah.
games against Texas. I was like, that's a good air.
What else are we talking about here
I
tonight?
think that's it because we're past the hour cutoff, and
What are we talking about
Jeffy
next
doesn't like
week?
when we talk about women's sports. That's
talking
what
about
it is.
Phillies dunks next week or
I
something,
do
right?
feel uncomfortable.
Possibly.
Well, if I get a pair.
We'll
Yeah.
see what happens.
Where
okay?
are Philly dunks at?
You know,
Philly?
Jesse had this pair all lined up. He was very quiet on
He's
that
like,
text.
oh, yeah.
Oh, they're so hard to get.
Look,
I put
guys.
it out there, and I thought if anything, I'd hear something back, but nothing.
Look, guys. I don't want to get into any of that kind of stuff, right? We got to remember, the people that have been cool to us and down with us.
Hell
It
yeah.
can't all be
Hell yeah.
about me and what I got. And
But
if I end up with some, that's just part of the deal, man. I don't know what to tell you guys. What do you want
I
from me?
will say
By the way,
this.
shout out to our boy.
I'm
Jimmy
not hating. I'm
Gurecki.
just calling you out for being so quiet. On
I
it.
just want to
That's
say
all.
one thing real quick, just before we get too far off.
If you did get a
From the
pair, you
dunks
should be
thing.
shouting it out.
Yeah.
I just want to say that if anyone does want to send us free stuff, we are way open to it. I mean, free t-shirts, hats, sneakers. Yeah, if you want to send me some money, I'm cool with that too. I'll put them on parlays, but we
Put
are
your Cash
open
App up there.
to
Here.
gifts. My
can
Venmo
trust
is
him.
at Eric J. Fink.
Does this not look like a trustworthy individual?
Look at him.
Look at this.
He's not
face.
like sitting in his car watching you walk out of your house. All
Were you
right.
saying Jimmy Garecki
Yeah.
did what now?
I was going to shout Jimmy Gurecki out because Jimmy was in a Mitchell and Ness
Yeah.
campaign. Then he was in the
JSP.
Philly Dunks thing.
His
He
career
is-
has really
yeah, he's
taken off
literally-
since he started riding with the pigeons. That's
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yo,
You
shout
know,
out Jimmy, man. That dude's
Nah,
nice
that's
as hell,
great.
man.
Can I tell you
Yeah.
what's so funny? Jimmy and Meech and I have had a Phillies text it started after we did the episode with him, and he used to hit us out of anywhere and be like, Phillies suck, like so pissed off. And now I haven't heard anything for months. I meant to revive the chain and been like, you guys are all good. Like, what's up? Everyone's copacetic. So yeah, we'll get Jimmy back on at some point because he's doing a lot of great stuff and he's just a good dude that represents the city.
He was in town,
as
didn't
well
hit
as
us up.
anybody. Man, he's a busy dude.
I'm just joking, man. Shout out Jimmy Garecki.
It
man.
ain't all about the
I'm
city
just
pitch, Brock.
joking,
I wish it
man.
was.
Yo,
but
he's
it
in
ain't.
line
all
waiting
love.
for his dunks right now. They come on sale tomorrow at 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, until
lines.
next week, we thank you so much for checking us out. Tell
Thank
a
you,
friend.
thank you.
Can we get some subscribers on YouTube? We've been stuck for a while. Please
Subscribe to our YouTube.
go
or
over there.
I'm gonna kill
we
myself.
got to run.
Hey, I'd say that.
We got to run a
I'm sorry.
promo of sorts.
Is that
on-
right?
on-
How does this work, Rocky?
Let's
Tell
give
us.
something out.
Yeah, you got to give something away. You got to, like, share, subscribe type of thing.
Well,
you know-
I don't know why it's too much to ask. If people are just listening or checking out, head
People
over
are
there.
Because
lazy.
that's- people are-
They need incentives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll work.
I'm
something out.
lazy.
We
I need
will,
incentives.
if
Free
you
gear.
like us, subscribe to us. We will, for the 1,000th like and subscription, we will give you the pair of dunks that Jesse copped.
Right.
Exactly.
But that's too far away. It's got to be something closer. Look, I'll say this. How about that? How about this? If I see a couple people that subscribe in the next little while, because I can obviously see when it happens, then I will cook something up to reward somebody. Okay, so
Ooh, something.
head over there. I have
Something's
no
coming.
idea what it's going to
You
be.
got a meal coming from
Right.
Jesse. He's a good cook.
From
Yeah,
Fink's
right.
Hoodies.
You know that's a lie. You get
I don't
Fink,
know.
wait.
Said donuts. I was like, no, we got to get something.
No,
else.
no,
We
We'll
gotta
give
get
something
people
away.
something
I'll
now.
give out some hoagie trays. We got some donuts.
No.
We
Fink,
got
you
No,
get
no,
you
we
get
gotta make it
invited.
Special.
You get invited to the first ever Hoagie Con, the brainchild of
the
Fink,
hoagie con.
Fink and Jesse
Yeah,
that
you
we
guys
cooked
weren't
up
here for that.
earlier.
I heard
I
heard.
go.
Oh,
Hoagie.
wow, you're supporting the
Hoagie
team when
con.
you're not here.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
was
Pete.
listening on my ride in.
You're a good fucking
Listening
dude.
on my ride in,
Peace
dude.
Rock's a
out.
good
Thanks
guy.
for joining us. Until next week, we have no idea what we're gonna do, and that's how it works. But we'll see.
And we
you
had
then.
no birds talk tonight.
I don't have pink
Goodbye.
eye. No one
Birds.
talks to me.
No birds.